So I'm Alva, and I have been working in the field of healing for a very long time. And I've studied the neurohormone of healing and also experienced different ways of healing that include mind-body medicine approaches, traditional physical therapy approaches, and what I've discovered is that a lot of different things, from seeing the body from an energy healing perspective, physical therapy perspective, and also from the emotional, psychological perspective, how there's different areas of healing. And that word to heal means for us to become whole. And the body, however, is always whole, it's always complete, the spirit. And if we get a bruise or we stub our toe and cut ourselves, we're constantly healing. The body's wisdom is constantly communicating and bringing messages so that we can all heal. So this concept of healing physically, yes, when we have a cut or we break a bone, the body heals itself. However, one of the most powerful ways for us to heal is for us to feel whole no matter what's going on with our physical body. And the more we can connect to our energetic body, our soul body, and remember in every moment that we are already whole, that is going to affect our physiology, our cells, and how our genes express themselves. And that's something really powerful for healing, because I used to go to a lot of different types of therapies, and I'm pretty much a self-development junkie, and even self-development can be a way of actually distracting ourselves from healing. And I know this because I would want to take all these different certifications and courses, and I felt like I needed to do something else after learning like different techniques and going to therapy. And ever since I have this awareness that I am whole, that we're created by an amazing force of creation that we can't even conceive in this, like I'm talking right now, we're probably in beta brainwave state or alpha, and there's just no way we could ever really understand in this brainwave state the power of healing that we are and how whole and complete we are. And that's why meditation and praying and being simply completely engaged in the present moment, feeling ourselves, is a doorway in to radical healing in the physical realm and also emotional healing. So what I'm going to do today is just talk a little bit about this background that I have in science and understanding the healing hormone, which happens to also be the love hormone, and give you some tips on what you can do at home and in your everyday life so that your life is a healing life. Because I feel a lot of us right now in our modern lifestyle, many of us probably have maybe not 6 hours or more of sleep. A lot of us have irritable bowel syndrome, stress in our internal organs, shoulder tension, neck tension, low back pain. The people that I work with are in pain and have tension and dis-ease, and that's rampant in our society. And they say that 80% of all diseases are caused by stress. So the more we can learn how to turn on our inner healing abilities, which is all about turning on the love hormone, the more we're going to create this environment so that we can be our own source of healing all the time for ourselves. And remember, your body's constantly healing itself. That's what it wants to do. That's the nature of your body, to heal itself, to renew itself, to digest, to process, to flow. That is what's natural for us. But if we're in a chronic state of stress and we're constantly worrying, or we are too much in our head, we're not meditating enough, or taking time to just take deep diaphragmatic breaths, our body is not going to have a time to reboot itself, to reset itself to a deeper state of relaxation. So it's really important for us to understand how this hormone works. It's helpful for us to understand that. So the first thing to know is that there's things that we can do to raise our love hormone. And we actually have within us a very powerful muscle. It's called the diaphragm. And when we use that muscle through its full range of motion, we stimulate the vagus nerve, which is the nerve that calms our whole body. And when we stimulate that muscle, there's more blood flow to the center of our body. So our digestion is going to be more optimal. Our 70% of our gut is our immune system. So you're going to be right away having a healthier immunity if you make time to do conscious breathing exercises with your diaphragm. And this is something that is the foundation of the Alva method, this healing approach that I've created. Everybody learns how to use their diaphragm through its full range of motion, because a lot of us are not even tapping in on that muscle. If we sit slouched at the computer and we're typing and we slouch, we're literally blocking our ability to use our diaphragm. So the first thing you want to do is bring your shoulders down and back and feel your body lengthen from its center. It's as though there's a sash attached to the top of your head and it's pulling you. And spend your day as much as you can with your body erect. So when we're in alignment, everything can work more optimally in our body. Our nerves, our arteries, our veins that come out of our spinal cord can flow more easily. The meridian lines in your body can flow better. So it's really important to keep yourself in an erect posture if you want to live a healing life. Because if you are slouching or you're bringing your head forward, to text, for example, we do this, we look down and we're straining our spine. And that is going to cause more stress on our body. So keeping your posture in a neutral position throughout the day. When you're walking, you can even put your hands behind your hips just to open up your chest, or lock your elbows behind you when you're like in the elevator, or maybe you're standing in line at Whole Foods. So make times throughout your day to open up your chest. And unless, of course, you go to a yoga class, of course you're going to be doing that there. Or if you take belly dance, that's why I teach belly dance, because we're holding the veil and we're opening our hearts. So we want to keep our lung capacity at its maximum, our heart open, and that's going to make us feel more connected to our parasympathetic nervous system, which is the relaxation response. So that's a number one foundational practice to live empowered and to activate your healing abilities, is to breathe with your diaphragm through its full range of motion. Another way that we can tap into the love hormone, which is also the healing hormone, and it's also the focusing hormone, oxytocin, is to have a daily practice of massaging our chest and our abdomen, because we have the most receptors for the love hormone, the healing hormone, on the skin of our chest and our abdomen. I think that's just brilliant. So all of us, the way that nature designed us was so that we actually could induce a higher state of love, a higher healing response in our body cells by doing something as simple as massaging our chest. And the more you do this, you can also practice it before you go to sleep, or in the morning when you wake up. You could just say, "Good morning, Michelle," good morning to yourself, and feeling grateful for who you are. And if you have a hard time making a decision about something, or if you get nervous or triggered throughout the day, something happens and you feel stressed out or contracted, make it a practice of putting your hand on your chest and taking a deep breath in and feeling how you feel, how your heart feels, how your body feels. So let's all do that right now. Just put your hand on your chest, close your eyes, and take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, open your mouth. And keep on feeling your heart. And did you know that when you create the sound you're actually stimulating the accessory nerve to the vagus nerve? So it's actually really relaxing and healing for us to create the sound. And this is why we use that in the Alva method. We're going to maximize all the different ways that we can stimulate the love hormone. So massaging the chest. When we close our eyes and we feel our bodies, To do this like a video camera without any judgment is very healing for us, because some of us have put different labels on different parts of our body. If you don't like your belly, or you don't like your thighs, or sometimes you don't like our flapjacks over here, we create this unloving feeling, weight feeling over us. So when you spend time, you can literally go to the parts of your body that maybe you're not as excited about and just touch them, and then close your eyes and breathe love. You can breathe little heart emojis into your arms. I literally am seeing that right now, just little hearts floating into my triceps area, my arms, or I could be doing this onto my belly, or whatever part has been difficult for you to love, and breathe in that feeling of love, of connection with your body. And when we do this in a very neutral, supportive way, we're calming our nervous system. Because sometimes, like I've had clients who've said, please don't touch my tummy if I feel that they need abdominal massage, like maybe they have irritable bowel syndrome, or they're having like gluten intolerance or some allergies, food allergies. Abdominal massage relaxes the body, and I've had clients tell me, don't touch my stomach. I don't even touch my stomach. I don't like my belly. I don't want to touch it. So if we have blocked ourselves from a part of our body, the body doesn't feel accepted. It will feel stressed out. It will not feel at peace. And that's going to elevate your cortisol levels, your stress levels, 24/7. So when we put our hand on that part of the body, right there we're creating more of a connection. We're embracing our wholeness. We're reconnecting to that physical part of our body. But there's also emotions there that we may have been suppressing, like guilt, shame, criticism, I'm not worthy. So the minute you shine light on that part of the body by placing your hand there and feeling yourself, you're already feeling more whole and connected. And these are really simple techniques that we could do any time of the day. You could be in your car, and before you get out of your car, let's just say that your stomach is feeling, maybe you're tense in your stomach. Maybe you're going to go to a meeting and you're going to do a talk or something like that, and you're feeling tense in your tummy and you just had lunch. So literally just putting your hand there and then just closing your eyes and being there with yourself without being frustrated about the pain, because that's not going to help you to relax and feel whole. So as much as we can to practice being our own best friend and our biggest confidant and our greatest cheerleader for ourselves, our cellular physiology is going to say, she loves us, she accepts us. And that feeling is such a gift to give yourself. So if we want to heal something, for example, if you have a diagnosis of cancer, or if you have low back pain, or maybe you just have a cold and you're pissed off because you have a cold, your body wants you to love it. And the first thing we can do is say, thank you. Thank you, body. There's something you're communicating to me by this cold. Maybe I need to slow down. Maybe I'm doing too much. By this low back pain. And we could put our hand there and we can ask our back, what would you like me to know? What is the blessing from this pain? Your body's communicating with you all the time, information. And when we can look at our body as a sensor for our soul, something is out of alignment. And I know this for sure because I definitely was taking way too many courses for a long time. And my desire to learn more was really coming from a place of insecurity. I felt like I didn't know enough. And when I graduated physical therapy school, I was only 22 years old. And I literally wanted to work like in a closet and not let anybody see me treating the little kids that I was working with. Because I was working with these physical therapists that are literally the leaders in the field of pediatrics. Suzanne Davis was a major mentor of mine. So here I was, a new graduate working for her, and I was nervous. I felt like, how am I ever going to be like them? I just graduated, and if I could have just been grateful that I got a job there and that I was working with her, and if I could have just been grateful to God for gifting me with this wonderful, that I got accepted into PT school and that I graduated and that I could work with children with special needs. And if I could have seen life as a blessing every moment and to just be grateful for it, I would have not had so much shoulder tension. I'm sure of it. So now, because of everything that's happened to me over all these years, I know for sure, no doubt, that we put weight, literally emotional weight, on our shoulders when we say, like, I should be this, I should be better at that, or I should do this better next time. Or so I used to be really hard on myself, and I have a lot of expectations of myself, and it's like I could never really live happy because I was always wanting to learn the next course, or be better than I was, and kind of like living my life, not really being happy right now. And the truth is, this is all we have. This moment right now is all that we have. So we may as well enjoy wherever we're at. Whether I have this chronic pain right now, how can I be kind to it? Like if I have tension in my jaw, let's just say, what could I do right now to nourish it? So remember, these simple techniques, laying down on your back. I'm a really big pro Baddha Konasana person. If you've done yoga, laying on your back with a pillow or two underneath your chest, because so many of us spend our day flexing. So opening up your body to yourself is such a beautiful way to open yourself to change, open yourself to something new. And healing is also about growing, and it's about expanding. And if you think about it, everything in nature is always moving forwards, growing, and the trees, they grow up and out. Usually all the plants do this, all the trees, and when their old dried up leaves die, they let them go. However, a lot of us are walking around with our old dried up leaves for years and years and years, and that is called resentment, bitterness, not forgiving. So since we are nature, we can think to ourselves, am I letting go of all my dried up leaves? Am I processing my past, or am I living in my past? And that's where the practice of mindfulness is such a beautiful complement to living a whole and healed life, because all we have is right now. And I really believe that everything that's happened to us, all the traumas and the dramas, they were put there so that we could get stronger spiritually, because we are souls having a physical experience, right? So at this point in my life, I'm 43 years old now. And so there's just way too many things that have happened that is so obvious that this is how life is. And I'm even at a point now in my career where I've been talking about healing my whole life, but remember, it was coming from this place of more, I'm not worthy, I'm broken, there's something about me that's not whole. So my focus has been on healing, and of course we're going to project into our work what we are, right? But what now, the funny thing is, as I feel more whole and holy and sacred, I don't know what to call this work, because it's really not anymore about healing. It's about remembering that we were always whole. It's about remembering that we've come from our divine creator that created us, that thought us up into form, that said we have to have a Suki on the planet and we have to have a Marcy on the planet. So this remembrance that we're all interconnected, that we're all energy, that we're all innately loving beings. When we're born, we only know love. That's what we are. And the more we can remember that and come into that correct alignment of what our true essential nature is, I feel this is more now my mission in life. Rather than say, oh, let's work on healing ourselves, it's more about, I'm already whole, and I'm just going to own it, that I am a miracle, and I am sacred, and that I am created by this amazing force of creation that created the mountains and the ocean and the sun and the galaxies, and I'm a part of all this. That's where now the work is more about that, reminding people that, because I really feel that's when the miracles happen. When we let go of that old identity and we choose to embrace that we're 99.999% energy, because we're only 0.00001% matter, then we can work so much faster in this realm of possibility, and kind of it all becomes a game. And I know for sure this because like I study a lot the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he talks a lot about how important it is for us to feel as though it's already true, whatever it is that we want to create. So let's just say that you don't get a good night's sleep and you want to sleep those 6 hours solid. You would want to close your eyes, lay down, do your breathing. That's what I recommend, to do the E3 breath. And you can go on my website, michellealva.com, and there's a section there for meditation downloads. And the very first picture on that page, it shows me laying on my back. And that's the breathing exercise that I'm talking about, that I wish everyone to learn, because that's the one that causes your diaphragm to contract through its full range of motion. And this is something that I've created out of my background in physical therapy, yoga therapy, energy healing, and sound therapy. And that combination, this one breathing exercise, takes you immediately to connect to that quantum field awareness that you are more than just a physical body. So the more we associate ourselves with the infinite possibilities that we are, the easier it is for us to believe that we can create miracles in our life. And it makes us remember that we are creating our reality in every moment. And that's something that's been really empowering for me, to live from this place of creation. And that also means that we have to own what we've created. So some of us, we don't want to believe that we've created a life that maybe is not living true to ourselves, right? Some of us have created a life where we don't like our jobs, we don't like our relationships, we're not feeling satisfied. So if that's you and you're not feeling that you're living your dream or living what you want to create, be grateful, because now you know the past, right? And now what we can do is we can say to ourselves, well, what do I want to create? And then create a vision board. You know, like something that I've done is I live in Key Biscayne now, and I used to live in Brickell, and I love where I live. I live on an island. I live right across from the ocean. It is so peaceful. The stars are so big at night, and there's palm trees everywhere. So this is what I've created, and I love my job. I absolutely love what I do. But I had to let go of my belief that I have to be a physical therapist and take insurance and work a 9-to-5 job. And that's scary because that's not traditional. You know, like I incorporate belly dance and energy healing and sound healing. And like turns out that I love to sing and I love to drum. And those aren't the things that I was trained to do. However, sound is such a powerful tool for healing. Our cells are singing all the time. So the more I let myself be true to what really makes my heart sing and ignites my soul, I heal. I'm healing myself through that process because I'm embracing my wholeness, and then discovering also how these sound therapy techniques, for example, work so much faster than the physical therapy techniques. So we can actually release pain within seconds that we've been holding on for years when we invite this new acceptance of this the quantum field that we are, the quantum energy that we are. And I get really excited because I never learned that you can release pain that you've been holding for 12 years and just using your breath, using intention, using sound, using your physical, posturing in this Baddha Konasana posture. So it's really, really exciting what I have created in my reality by just being open. And a part of that openness is to be open to healing and to feeling, because I was definitely holding on to a lot of blockages before in my body that I wasn't even aware of, that were keeping me from really feeling whole. And I encourage everybody to make time to massage your chest, to feel yourself, hug yourself, make time to be open to really listening and honoring what you really feel, because there's a reason why each one of us is here on the planet. Each one of us has gifts to share, but some of us are not even open to listening to that voice because it might be totally different than what maybe your family believes in or your upbringing was. And so there's this conflict sometimes that we feel, and we're not living healed, we're not living whole when we do that. It's really important for us to make time to feel and be with ourselves. That's why meditation is a must. I really feel that's the time when you get to connect to your soul, to your intuition. And your meditation could be just laying down on your back, because like I have this theory that it's actually good to do laying down meditation because so many of us are sleep deprived. So if you wind up falling asleep attempting to meditate, be happy, because that means that your body needed to sleep, and eventually it won't happen, and you'll have this amazing surrendering to the God essence that you are. And from my physical therapy background, I feel that has led me to create this breathing exercise laying down, because then you can use your diaphragm 100%. You're not using it as a postural muscle, because when we're sitting meditating, we're actually using the diaphragm to hold ourselves up and to breathe. So if you want to maximize your vagus nerve stimulation with your diaphragm, lay down and receive the fullness of your breath in that way. So I am really grateful. I can't see the comments here. I feel like it's time for me to close up. I don't even know what time it is, but I'm really grateful to share with everyone, and I want to offer you all a gift. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about healing and experience the Alva method, which is a combination of physical therapy, yoga therapy, sound therapy, self-empowered healing approaches that all stimulate your healing hormone, go to my website, michellealva.com, and I have on there 3 different online courses that you can take, and I want to gift everyone 50% off any of my courses. You just have to put a special code 50, and that gives you a 50% discount. So I'd love to gift everyone that today, and then reach out to me. I'm at michellealva.com, and send me an email, and I'd like to offer people a 15-minute phone consultation if you're feeling that you want to learn how to empower your inner healer, or there's some things that you want to release and process and learn about these different modalities that you can use every single day. Contact me, and I'd love to share with you how we can work together. I also offer workshops in South Florida, and recently I was asked to be in the summit with Val Salidker. It's called the Awaken to Wholeness Summit, and I'm super excited about that. So just go on my Facebook wall and you'll see that Awaken to Wholeness Summit. It's my cover photo, and the link is right there, and I highly recommend people to do that. And I'm really grateful. Thank you so much, Suki. This is just the beginning. This was meant to be a little introduction. May we all spend more time loving ourselves up, going outside in nature, letting go of our old dried up leaves, and connecting to our diaphragm so that we can live more connected to the truth of who we are. That is a miracle, and that we're so loved. We are loved, and we're so loved. I definitely feel the more I connect to my soul, my heart, the more I feel this overwhelming sense of love that I can't get that from anyone outside of me. I feel like my whole life I was looking outside, and it's all inside. And it's just, I'm really grateful to be here. So thank you everyone for listening. I definitely feeling the wholeness love here, the healing love, and yeah, thank you.
Download a free guided meditation at michellealva.com and go deeper with Michelle for a one-on-one, long-distance, or in-person healing session at michellealva.com.